Good evening and welcome to this edition of the Primetime Newscast in the English language on Canal International. We begin with our top stories. The dust has not yet settled following the 11th February blast in Cambe, in which 50 people were affected. On the heels of the unfortunate incident, a member of parliament for Cambe, Honorable Ngala Gerard, has made a public statement on the general socio, political and economic atmosphere of Cambe. A multi-stakeholder platform has been launched to fight against hate speech at all forms in Cameroon. The forum, which brings together the media, political actors, civil society leaders and others, is an initiative of Defy Hate. Now, those are major stories. Details right ahead. Good evening once more. The dust has not yet settled following the 11th February blast in Cambe, Donga Mountain Division, northwest region of Cameroon, where over 50 persons were affected. On the heels of the unfortunate incident, Member of Parliament for Cambe, Honorable Ngala Gerard, has made a public statement on the general socio-political and economic atmosphere in Cambe. He spoke with our reporter, Kejang Henry Atembe.
The Cambe bomb blast on the 11th of February that has so far killed 3 persons with more than 45 injured is one of the gravest since the beginning of the security crisis in the northwest and southwest regions. And despite security concern, Cambe had enjoyed peace for the past 7 years. Much has been said and written on the social media on how a politician was making financial inducements for children to march on Youth Day in Cambe. But in a recent outing, on the heels of his return to his operational headquarters in Douala, Member of Parliament for Cambe Ngala Gerard narrated that his action of assisting families or his community has nothing to do with public display of opulence or economic success, but an innate act of generosity by giving back to the community that raised him.
So for someone to say that I'm luring people to go to school for youth day activities with cash, is a blackmailing. As a politician, I go to the field and I have different class of followers. We have followers that want development. We have followers that only want to enjoy themselves. We want those who want roads. We want those who want boreholes. We want those who want to have fun. You have to make sure that as a politician you satisfy those different classes of people.
He further recounts that a video showing him distributing money were old videos and was not in Cambe, but in Binka and Tabenkeng during one of his numerous visits to communities.
I feel sorry for the families that were affected. I feel sorry for the Lemius family from Boy, whose daughter was killed just because she was seeking for education. I give where it is possible with the means I have. I give in Douala, I give out in Bamena, I give out in Cambe, I give out in Tabenkeng, I give out wherever I see the need, and I feel like this is the right place to do this, to make sure that you give a smile on people's faces. And you want to know that when I was helping people with cash in Tabenkeng or Binka, it wasn't only to children. It was towards everybody that was around.
On the situation of the victims of the explosive device, his assistant is unwavering for their speedy recovery and resilience in upholding peace in Cambe. However, rights organizations still question why the Member of Parliament has to put aside the best interest of rights principles, that of violating the children's right to image protection as prescribed by the Universal Declaration of Rights.
And in a case involving allegations of misconduct, Heavy Bobda is set to face trial at the court of first instance after a military tribunal declared itself incompetent to handle the matter. The weapon in question, reportedly held by the accused, is deemed as a deterrent, shifting the accusations from military to criminal offences. Despite fears of reprisals, victims continue to come forward, shedding lights on the ongoing legal proceedings. More in the following story. Heavy Bobda and 6 others were brought before the Warri High Court Wednesday as the military tribunal stepped back from the case. According to defendants' defense, the weapon in question was not intended for combat, but rather as a deterrent. Challenges arises as the victims' defense asserts uncertainty surrounding the legitimacy of the search operations, suggesting that the accused resided in multiple locations. The court of first instance handling criminal matters referred the case to the Bonanjo Court of First Instance. Charges against Heavy Bobda include illegal possession of weapons, harboring a criminal, homosexuality, fraud, conditional threats, transmission of contagious diseases, attempted abduction under the threat of a weapon, and minor injuries. As of now, a dozen complaints have been filed, with 6 potential victims coming forward in support. The pending decision on whether to place Bobda in temporary detention or grant him release awaits resolution. The outcome of this ongoing morality case is yet to be determined, with several potential victims fearing reprisals and opting for social media denunciations instead of formal legal channels. Douala City Mayor has wrapped up with his inspection tour to some rehabilitation projects in Douala 3 and 5 subdivisions. The mayor equally took stock of structural drainage system that will ease the passage of water from swampy dwellings. While some sites are steadily advancing, others are experiencing delays. More with our student journalist on internship, Kizi Ari.
Following his previous visit on January 25th, the mayor of Douala once again toured several construction sites this February 14, 2024. The purpose of the visit was to evaluate the progress of the ongoing rehabilitation project. After the inspection, the mayor expressed disappointment at the slow pace of some of the projects.
We have noticed that work are in progress, good progress, like this road here. But in some cases, they are still going too slow. And the reason why we are coming now every month on the field is to put some pressure on the companies who are in charge of building this infrastructure. People need this infrastructure, and we are here to make sure that they are going to be delivered.
On a positive note, the local population expressed satisfaction. It is the case in the neighborhoods in Douala 5. It is really good. It has really changed. We have no problem. It is really good. We are happy to see the route. The visit concluded at the Beijing market, where the mayor sternly warned roadside vendors, emphasizing the need to adhere to regulations.
And inhabitants of Yaoundé, just like in other parts of Cameroon, are facing extreme heat in the day, just like in the night. In the face of this high temperature, people have established their own protective and adaptive alternatives to cope with the situation. Our reporter Beatrice Ngamo talked with some Yaoundé city residents. Her story.
This gest, drinking water and reasonable quantity, especially during the day, option adopted by many in Yaoundé to keep the inner body temperature stable.
On ne comprend plus. Et puis boire beaucoup d'eau.
Nous buvons un peu constamment d'eau.
Obligé de prendre des sachets d'eau.
Avec de l'eau, avec le jus.
like inner cooling, bathing, and the number of baths a day has increased also.
Se laver plusieurs fois.
Au matin, je me lave. Quand je rentre à midi, je me lave. Le soir, je me lave.
Tous les matins, on doit prendre le bain. Le soir, quand on rentre du boulot, on prend également.
Quand je rentre à la maison, j'essaie de me laver.
The use of fans of all shapes and sizes, the choice of others.
On se débrouille, il y a le ventilateur.
Il n'y a que ça. Parfois, on cherche un petit ventilateur pour se ventiler un peu.
Hand towel is his everyday partner to wipe sweat, the water loss. Opening the windows, doors, and decongesting the rooms creates space for air to circulate freely. The other choice. Some wear sunshades and face cap to protect. Dresses are also advisable during this season. Experiencing climate change like this push some to think it is a kind of illness.
Je ne comprends plus. Moi, je croyais que peut-être c'est même une maladie.
With the intense heat wave these days, health, like environmental consequences, not far off. Such situations are likely to increase respiratory illnesses. Conjunctivitis, like meningitis cases, are also likely with a mixture of heat, dust, and winds. Adults, like children, no exemption. Why? These protective and adaptive actions by the inhabitants.
A multi-sector platform has been launched to fight against hate speech at all fronts in Cameroon, the forum which brings together the media, political actors, civil society leaders, institutions, and the government. Is an initiative of Defy Hate Now geared towards stopping the rising destructive phenomenon. The platform saw the light of the day this Thursday in the nation's political capital, Yaoundé. More with our reporter, Hyson Chia.
Hate speech in Cameroon has become a mood, with individuals tilting and interpreting it at their corners to suit their interest. A phenomenon Defy Hate Now is out to scrutinize through this multinational platform launched in Yaoundé on February 15, 2024.
We are launching a platform, a multi-stakeholder platform to collect, analyze, and flag questions of hate speech nationally in Cameroon. It's a multi-stakeholder platform because it's bringing members of the civil society, it's bringing members of the press, but also it's a hybrid because we also have government participating. I think it's time to actually bring all stakeholders on board and make sure that we push for a holistic and collective approach towards reducing and why not stamping out hate speech.
A forum opened by the Minister of Communication, René Emmanuel Sadi, who lauded the initiative and urged Cameroonians to join forces in combating the disturbing abuses and stigmas.
We are all concerned by these tendencies, these trends, and it is important that we stop this tendency. And the government is very much concerned. And that's why a workshop like this one should be supported. I hail it, and I encourage these young men who have decided to organize it. And I think we should be cautious, draw the attention of everybody to the dangers of hate speeches, which could create a lot of damage in our communities, in our country.
The fruits of the grand platform expected to be felt on both the traditional and social media handles, as well as the physical change in daily interactions.
And in a bid to enhance citizen participation in public affairs amidst a decentralization, various Cameroonian civil society organizations convened in Douala on Tuesday, February 13, 2024 for the 5th Littoral Civil Society Forum. However, they raised concerns over the hurdles hindering the initiatives. More with our reporter Gladys Ambo Tiba.
Civil society organizations in Cameroon are struggling with declining involvement in public affairs amidst the decentralization era hindered by governmental indifference and societal issues.
Fait pour le gouvernement de ne pas toujours prendre en compte.
Government's apathy towards civil society concerns stifles progress, while corruption and hate speech persist. Effective action requires governmental cooperation to combat impunity and foster social cohesion.
Ça aussi, ça peut être éradiqué.
Les populations ne sont pas éduquées.
An uneducated population poses a significant challenge, hindering effective engagement with the administration. Training and education are crucial for activists to navigate discussions with authorities.
De manière facile vers l'administration et se faire comprendre.
Despite these challenges, the recent 5th Littoral Civil Society Forum in Douala, February 13, 2024, served as a pivotal platform of collaboration and strategic planning amongst civil society organizations striving to influence public policies.
Ce cadre de dialogue multi-acteurs,
the multi-actor platform established by civil society organizations helps alleviate tensions by fostering dialogue. A similar meeting that held in the Littoral region in 2023 focused on issues like energy and consumer rights, and this showcased the non-political nature of these organizations.
La société civile aujourd'hui dans le littoral n'est plus vue comme un parti politique d'opposition.
The forum in Douala was a vibrant display of civil society's dedication, featuring dynamic exchanges and activities aimed at shaping the nation's discourse and driving societal change.
Renowned Cameroonian artist Petit Pays, celebrated for his captivating music and electrifying performances, will be visiting Sweet FM radio on the 16th of February 2024. Petit Pays is coming on the invitation of the media group to share insights of the musical trajectory projects, and he's influential to address important societal issues. More on the story with our student journalist on internship, Kizikiga.
Born as Adolphe Claude Mundi, Petit Pays is a highly acclaimed singer, songwriter, known for his unique blend of Makossa and Soukous music young. He shall spend the whole day at Sweet FM Radio on February 16th. With a career that spans 4 decades, he has captivated audiences both in Cameroon and across Africa with his energetic performances and thought-provoking lyrics. This is what lovers of Petit Pays and his music have to say.
Petit Pays is a legend. Is my idol. I lack the word. Really, I really lack the word. Tubo is the best. I love all the music. Ne m'appelez plus jamais amoureux. La vie m'a déçu. La vie m'a déçu.
Ne m'appelez plus amoureuse. Ne m'appelez plus jamais amoureuse.
Petit Pays is like our legacy. I love too many songs of Petit Pays, like Frotambo, Embouteillage, too many songs. Embouteillage.
He's very good artist, very good, very legend, he's the best of Cameroon. He one is the best. So far, eh. So waka waka, eh.
So waka, eh. Oh.
Abel Fotso is the general manager of Sweet FM Radio. He confirms Petit Pays' visit. I want to confirm Petit Pays' visit. Grandmaster, he will be here tomorrow. Effectively, Petit Pays himself has confirmed his visit to Sweet FM Radio tomorrow. We shall spend the whole day together with him. Fans are called upon to tune into Sweet FM Radio 88.7 and spend a day with him.
Sweet FM, j'adore.
If you love Petit Pays, you love Sweet FM and Canal, the media group, then take a rendezvous tomorrow morning so you enjoy beautiful moments alive at Sweet FM and Canal with Petit Pays. And this brings us to the end of this edition of the Primetime Newscast in the English language on Canal, the International. But coming up next is the brief. We'll leave you. So, I'll be back same time tomorrow. Good night.